Hello. How are you all beautiful people doing today? So, something that has been, I guess I wouldn't really necessarily call it a controversy, unless your name is Mitch McConnell, and in that case apparently it is. But this $2,000 stimulus check is being upheld in the Senate. And I'm no socialist by any means. I am pretty much against socialism. But the American government, or I should more or less say the state governments, are just, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of screwing their citizens over with this whole coronavirus action. They have made it impossible for small businesses to stay open. Small businesses are pretty much the ones hurting the most. And we can't do anything to help our citizens. And that's absolutely driving me insane. Sorry, it was on. It was a little bit chilly when I got in the car. Just got off work. But this is by far kind of driving me insane. I mean, I'm not rich by any means, and I've pretty much have worked through this entire pandemic with the exception of like a month and a half when I actually, or probably closer to 2 months, when I actually injured my ankle, but I was getting workman's comp from that, from my old job at FedEx, delivering packages. I got my foot caught in something right before I was about to leave for today, and that totally nearly broke my ankle. I was in so much pain that I actually thought I broke my ankle. And then after that, with my heart problems, I had something come up, and my doctor told me not to drive for 3 months. So then I couldn't do that job, and then my now ex-girlfriend would drive me to work when I got my job at Amazon. And so yeah, there's that. And I've done pretty decently with money the last few weeks, and I'm perfectly fine. So the $2,000 wouldn't necessarily, yes, it would help. It would help me pay down some of my debt that I accumulated over the period where I wasn't working. I was putting nearly everything on credit cards because after my workman's comp, which was not as necessary as much as I was actually making each week. But after my workman's comp ran out, I definitely hit some rough patches as I was trying to find a new job. Did have unemployment. That was about half of what I was making each week. So that definitely was not helping me pay the bills. And I accumulated quite a bit of debt over that period while I was trying to find a new job to be able to pay my cell phone, pay my rent, pay my cable. And I had to miss some of my credit card payments, which has hurt my credit. And I'm doing a lot better now. But it just driving me insane that due to COVID, it's hard to find a job anymore. And the ones that are hiring are getting a lot of applications. So, and they can't take everybody. So it's been just a tough patch trying to find jobs anywhere. You guys may have saw my video about working at Amazon. I'm frustrated there. They're not doing anything to help me as an employee with my health, almost on the verge of losing my job. Oh! Guy on a snowmobile. Sorry about that. And it's just frustrating. And our state governments are the ones that's making it nearly impossible to find jobs, because they're shutting things down. So then that puts people out of work. That means those small businesses can't make the money needed. And it's just kind of in a loose area. The House of Representatives passed the $2,000 stimulus checks. Trump says he'll sign it the second it hits his desk. And he was the one that advocated for it. And the Senate, mainly Mitch McConnell, is just holding it back because he doesn't want it to pass, and I think he thinks it will pass. Because if he didn't think it would pass, then what's the point of voting on pretty much thinking it's going to not pass? But he's not bringing it up because he has a feeling it will pass and he doesn't want it to pass. When is our government actually going to do things for us? We're the ones that fund the government. We're the ones that give them our tax money. And yet they're sending $10 million to Pakistan for gender studies. And it's just totally frustrating. Maybe if they weren't sending all this money out overseas to other countries and actually help its citizens, put Americans first, we'd be in a better situation. I'm not saying America's a bad country. I think it's probably the greatest country to live in. But throughout this pandemic, we have seen firsthand of the government not putting its citizens first. And it's just frustrating me. And in my last video that I did yesterday about children's opinions, I pretty much stated I want to become a politician. I want to do what's best for the country, best for the people, because I love this country, and the people that are in it, minus a few, not going to say names, are some of the greatest people in the world. You may run into a few rough patches where some of the people you meet are not necessarily the kindest, most gentlest, most welcoming people. But that doesn't stop us from helping each other out. I had a GoFundMe for when my apartment got on fire about a month and a half ago. And people were willing to help someone they didn't even know. I got probably close to $1,000 from people I had no idea who they were. And I thank those people because that really helped me. And I am just, because at that point in time I needed money. I had no idea when I was going to get my insurance money. Had no idea when. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. When I had to get my insurance money to replace my things. And I was broke as all hell at that time. And they helped give me money to get things that I needed right away, such as food, clothing, cleaning supplies. Still don't have any plates. Been pretty much eating off of the pan skillet thing they use to cook eggs in. But it's the people in this country that makes it great. Donald Trump, make America great again slogan. As much as I think that slogan's kind of dumb, because in my opinion, I don't think America ever stopped being great. It just, as all countries do it, just as all countries do at times, they hit their rough patches. And I think we're just in a bit of a rush. I can't speak. Sorry. In a little bit of a rough patch. Didn't necessarily mean we weren't great, just meant that we were a bit struggling. But America is an idea. It's the idea of freedom. It's the idea of doing what you can. You're gonna meet selfish people that aren't willing to help the poor. Or the elderly, or any of those sick people, or anything like that. You're gonna meet those selfish people. But I hold in my heart that people in this country, more often than not, are very giving. I'm not for the government pushing it out. But when your government is affecting your life, such as your job, your income, and stuff like that, damn well sure the government better help you out when you don't have any money, because they're pretty much making it so you can't work. And I think that's where my idea of helping out Americans for the government is coming from, because it's the government affecting us. Yes, we're in the midst of a pandemic, but there's other things that could be done instead of shutting down these small businesses to the point where the owners have no money and can't even afford their bills anymore, for not just themselves but the company bills, the rent for the building, the utilities for the building, their employees' wages. In the new coronavirus relief package, I think the government should have done more things for the small businesses. Because in all actuality, they can't do anything about it. They don't have millions set aside in the bank, such as big corporations such as Target, Walmart, Apple, Microsoft. They don't have that extra money. And the governments aren't even doing anything for the large businesses. They're not making them close down because they're deemed essential. They're not doing anything for that. And that is just irking my nerves. I am getting absolutely pissed off that the big corporations are deemed essential, but the mom and pop stores are not. Yeah, they may be smaller and more compact, but you could do something like regulating the amount of people going in inside if you're that concerned. I have been all for the government staying out of my life, and I'm tired of the government pushing in on my life. But when it pushes in on my life, you better damn be sure that the government better do something about it, such as helping out the American people that you have affected the most. And something else that pisses me off about Mitch McConnell's reasoning for blocking the quick vote on the $2,000 stimulus checks, which he hasn't said that he's not for it. He's very much saying that he wants to discuss it. But the thing is, this session of Congress ends in just a few days. And a few short days. And if Mitch McConnell and the Senate doesn't vote on this bill, it's going to make them look bad. Bad. Oh. And he says that he blocked it from quick vote, citing socialism for the rich. Have they not looked at the bill? It says people making over, it gets shorter if you make more than $75,000 a year or $150,000 a year as a couple. It gets shorter. So it's pretty much helping out the people who need it the most. And I think he is in the wrong for it. He is in the dead wrong. He's just coming out with excuses now. And I don't really know what to say about those excuses. But Mitch McConnell and the Senate, and I think there's enough Republican support for the $2,000 checks in the Senate for it to pass. I truthfully think there is. 46 or something Republicans in the House voted yes for it. And it got more than the 2/3 needed to pass by a good margin. Senate, less people. But I think with Trump's support on the bill, that will definitely help. It will most definitely help the people who need it. And I'm just about done here, but Mitch McConnell, get your shit together. Get it together. And that's really all I have to say. You can leave your thoughts in the comments if you want to. But I got really nothing else left to say other than that Mitch McConnell needs to get his shit together and the government needs to help the people that they have negatively affected. So, see you guys.